Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, first off, I hope you all had a really good Christmas. I really had a good Christmas. We got to see a lot of the family, which was lovely, but I did overeat and overdrink, that's for sure. I really need to get on that treadmill in the new year. But yeah, I hope you all had a nice time and you got to see everyone that mattered to you. The video I was going to put out for New Year, if I had the chance that is, was every TV show that Bruce Lee appeared on from 1966 to 1971. Because I found a TV show called Where the Action Is, where Bruce Lee and Van Williams appeared very, very briefly, and I hadn't seen it before. So I was going to do all the TV shows, starting from The Green Hornet in 1966, Batman, Ironside, you name it, Here Comes the Bride, the Piers Burton interview, all of that. And Blondie. No one's ever seen the footage of Bruce Lee as Mr. Yoto. But I've been getting a lot of comments recently, and I thought to myself, I should maybe go through some of these comments with you. Now, on the 10th of October, this year just gone, I put out a short with Dan Inosanto talking about Bruce Lee's speed and power. And my comment section is fantastic. It is literally the yin and yang of comments. You've got the Bruce Lee fans and the people that love Bruce, really praising him. And then you've got the people that are not so keen. And they disavow Bruce and, call him a fake or whatever. So, before I start, let's just watch the little Dan Inosanto clip that I put out. It's only a minute long. This is what I put out on the 10th of October. It's done really, really well, comment-wise and view-wise, for a short, but shorts do anyway. But let's go through that first, and then I want to go through some of the comments. I'm going to tell you a good comment. I'm not going to name the people that wrote it. I'm just going to put the comment on here, and then we'll just discuss some of them, maybe. And then maybe we could have a little discussion in the comments section. Right, so let's have a little watch of the damn footage, and we'll go from there.
Things that Bruce Lee did, and this is what people don't realize, what he did, a lot of people can't do. Like, he could really shell-shock a person with his lead jab. A lot of people can't now. We could score with that. We could put the guy off balance with it. We might even hurt him, but we can't take a man out. He had tremendous power, and we don't have that, He had speed that it flabbergasted me. I was a conference champion in my college, and he used to catch me like I was just in slow motion. It was like a bad dream. I've never met anybody explosive as him. I've never met anybody as fast as him. And there will be people that will surpass him maybe in speed, but maybe in totality, probably not. Because he's a rare individual, and probably when God made him, he threw them all away.
Right, obviously Dan's quite biased. He loved Bruce Lee, he trained with Bruce Lee, he knew Bruce Lee. Right, so it sounds a little bit biased. But if you watch the I Am Bruce Lee film, documentary, obviously there's a lot of fans on there, but you've also got John Jones, they call him the GOAT of MMA, Dana White, the president of the UFC, all praising Bruce. But let's go through some of these comments. Like I said, I'm not going to name who wrote them. I'm just going to read out the comments. I'm going to read out a good, then I'm going to read out a bad. And I'll give you my penny's worth. Right, first one. Good. Bruce Lee will always be the king of Kung Fu. I would say that's about a fair assumption. Before Bruce Lee, a lot of people, there was karate and there was martial arts, but not in the scale. In the 1970s and onwards, everybody was kung fu fighting. Let's have a bad comment. But he never had a fight. Well, he did have fights, but obviously we're talking about the 60s and 70s. And there weren't a lot of people around with their iPhones and all that filming it all. But there's a new book out, well, it's been out for a month or so, The Wrath of the Dragon, The Real Fights of Bruce Lee, written by John Little. I actually have 2 copies of this now. Got one for Christmas, and I think this is going to be debunking a lot of that. There was no real fights. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into it. I've heard really good things. I will have a better argument once I've gone through this. Another good comment. I haven't seen a replica. To me, there hasn't been anyone like him for charisma, skills, screen presence. There really hasn't. Now, there's been some amazing martial artists and some amazing martial art movies. You know, Jackie Chan, Tony Jaa. There's loads of really good martial artists, but all-round package. And don't forget, Bruce's filmography was like really small, 4.5 movies. So we really don't know what he would have done. Now, Jackie Chan has made hundreds of films, and some of his movies are out of this world. But has he got the screen presence of Bruce? It's debatable. It really is. But it is subjective. Everyone's got different opinions. And I love the comment section. I don't mind the people the naysayers. I really don't. And the Bruce fanboys. I'm a Bruce Lee fan. I'm a boy. Man, I like to think. But, I don't mind it. Anyway, let's come on with another bad one. Bruce Lee was a man, just like any other, with a good promotional guy. I don't really understand what that means, a good promotional guy. He done films. He was an actor first before he was a martial artist, because he was a child actor. But I think it's hard to say that he wasn't a martial artist. Listen to Joe Rogan, listen to anyone who talks about him, not Chael Sonnen. Now, I respect Chael. I follow him on YouTube. I really like Chael Sonnen. But he's putting down Bruce Lee is for clicks. I'm convinced of that. He knows he's going to get a lot of people in the comments coming onto it, but whenever he slags off Bruce Lee, them videos seem to do really, really well. And in general, people that do slag off Bruce Lee, there's a lot of people ready to jump on and defend. I'm indifferent. People can have their opinions. Opinions are like arseholes. Everybody has them. Let's have another good comment. He's just an actor, they insist. Okay, then show me a mere actor who can do what he did. Well, there are some. Tony Jaa, like I said. Jackie Chan, like I said. Jet Li, Donnie Yen. They're all amazing. But we're still talking about Bruce 50 years after he passed. He started it all. Bad comment. He put guys off balance. What a joke. He never fought anybody. Another good comment. He is a legend. He is. We're all still going on about Bruce Lee 50 years on. And I don't think his fame and popularity is diminishing. It's still growing. People are still discovering him now. And there's collectors and there's people like myself that are constantly talking about Bruce. His name's going to live on a very, very long time. And I think he wrote, and I'm paraphrasing now once, the key to immortality is to live a life worth remembering. He did that. Bruce Lee was an actor. The only thing he won was a cha-cha competition. He was the cha-cha champion of Hong Kong. But I think he won a little bit more than that. In the hearts of millions of people around the world, he's still number one. Just an incredible, and I mean incredible, athlete. Father of MMA and martial artist with speed that still today makes you shake your head in disbelief. I agree. How many times you watch that punch where he punches Bob Wall in Enter the Dragon, the hand speed. He drops Bob's hands down and does that flick out to the face. It's lightning fast. And there are rumours that Bruce had to slow down for the camera. And you can see his hand speed in the black and white footage where he's throwing his hand towards the old guy. And yes, he's an old guy, but there's no denying. That's fast. That's really fast. And we're talking 50 years plus ago. Just my opinion. Yeah, he said, she said. There's not enough evidence, unfortunately, to support your theory. And not to mention, Dana White, all these famous people. Conor McGregor talks about Bruce.
I've no doubt he would have been world champion in MMA, no doubt. He's fluid, he's loose, he's fast. His movement is fluid, it's efficient, it's functional. So many guys are addicted to strength and conditioning and just get bulked up and stiff and slow, and Bruce was free. His body was nimble.
He thought he would have done very well in the MMA. He was the first. Dana White says it. He calls him the father of MMA.
Bruce Lee is 100% the father of mixed martial arts.
Enough said. It appears that no one has surpassed him in speed either. There are fast people, let's be honest, there's a lot of fast martial artists out there, but his hand speed was something to behold. There's no getting away from it. The only sad thing about Bruce is we have very limited footage. That is the only sad bit. We have his films, which is great, but actual footage of him, we have very limited stuff. But from what we have got and what we have seen, we can see his hands were fast. Bullshits. Bruce Lee today in MMA will be destroyed. Maybe everyone in MMA eventually, 1 minute you're the GOAT and you're the top of your chain, like Khabib, who retired undefeated with 29-0. But even Khabib eventually will get beaten by someone younger and stronger. But at their peak, there's an argument to be made. Some say God made Bruce Lee and then retired, knowing he could do any better. Knowing he couldn't do any better, maybe? Well, that's another subjective argument. I wouldn't go that far. But I agree with Dan. He was a rare individual. He was a fraud. How is he a fraud? People are still talking about him. That's just the way it is. But I don't think he's a fraud. Dan's talking about him, and yes, Dan will talk about Bruce with rose-coloured glasses on because he loved Bruce Lee, he misses him every day. But there's a lot of people that didn't know Bruce Lee speak very highly of him. Bruce Lee was creme de la creme. Best of the best. That's my opinion, but that is only my opinion, not everyone's. Bullshit, he was fake, but a great actor. Everybody knows it. Just look at his old videos and compare them to real fighters. It's laughable. Today's fighters, there's loads of footage of them all, because everything is recorded. There's very limited video footage of Bruce Lee. It's subjective. It's an argument we're never going to win. That old guy didn't even see the second swing. He didn't even respond to it. Now that's fast. That's cat speed. Them hands, the punches and the finger jabs to the eyes. They were lightning fast. Stop worshipping people. There's probably a million people like him. They just haven't paid attention to their skills as much. I'm a fan of Bruce Lee. I'm not worshipping him. I'm just talking about him on YouTube. Like people talk about the Beatles, whatever. You know, people talk about all different things on here. And this is just my opinion. And like I said earlier, opinions are like bumholes. Everybody's got one. And this is mine. Bruce was, is, and will always be the shit. Nice, we quite like that comment. He was all showman, faker dancer. Whatever. Bruce Lee is a cultural icon and a martial arts legend. That being said, I think the top 5 of his weight class division in MMA would manhandle him. Now that is a balanced comment, and I'm going to finish on that one. That is quite a balanced comment, but again, it's subjective. Bruce Lee in his prime, in his weight class, bearing in mind the knowledge we've all, martial arts in general, have gained since 1973, which has been phenomenal. The Gracies and the whole jiu-jitsu thing. And Bruce would have gone into that. He learnt wrestling from Gene LaBelle. He took up Western boxing, absorbing what is useful. Like I said, it's all subjective. I'm a fan, and I believe Bruce could fight. But that's just my opinion. And I'm allowed to have that opinion. If you think he was fake, go to it. Not a problem. Now, I really appreciate all the comments that go on the videos. I'm not fussed. I'll get attacked personally. Bruce Lee gets attacked. And all the videos, when you put yourself out on YouTube, it comes with a territory. So it doesn't really bother me, but I appreciate every single comment that's on here. Right. Now, before I wish you all a happy new year, I just want to say thank you very much to my Patreons. I haven't put much on there at the moment, but I've got Ian Draycott, G.A. Baracus and Jamie Jewell. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. And like I said in previous videos, I am going to push a little bit more on Patreon because I can do uncensored videos on there, which YouTube restrict, which is such a shame. Right, so 2024 is upon us. it's been a tough year. We've had some weird things go on in the family. As you know, we've lost someone who was very close and dear to us all, and we're still grieving him now. Hopefully next year will be a better one, and I hope it'll be a better one for you guys too. I want to thank you all for the continued support. Now, before I go, I also get criticised that I'm doing a lot of Bruce Lee content. I have had a few criticisms on that, you know, but I did actually put out a video literally saying, and my top videos are Bruce Lee. They're all Bruce Lee. So my question to you guys is this: would you like to see more Bruce Lee content on my channel? Would you like me to produce more Bruce Lee videos? And the comments was overwhelmingly yes. So I've kind of done what people asked me to do. So I will try and do music reviews, of course. Like I said, I want to do other film reviews apart from the Brucey films. But this year, being the 50th anniversary, you know, he died in 73, 2023, I wanted to do a lot of Bruce content. And people are engaging quite a lot. So I want to continue to do that. And I am going to continue to do that in the new year. I've told you what I want to... I've already told you what I plan to do anyway. But you're always going to get criticisms no matter what you do. But I want to wish you all the very best for 2024. I really do. I pray and hope you all have good prosperity, good health, and a good network of friends and support around you. And may we all raise each other up, because it is important. But I want to thank each and every one of you who's commented, whether you're a naysayer or a fanboy, whatever. I appreciate them all, because it all helps the channel grow. So I want to thank you all. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. So I've got to try and get all this edited for New Year. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Have a great New Year, guys. Much love. Thanks for the support. I'll be back with another ramble next year. Take care, guys.